Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Playoff Profiles. Again, I'm Bigblackrainbows. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with JBoogie, the ADC for Genesis's Gold Plat team, and Leavy, the jungler for Genesis Gold Plat team. How you guys doing today?
Doing pretty
Gucci.
good.
Nice. Well, first off, congratulations on making playoffs. With this being Genesis's second year in duo, it's always a nice addition to make playoffs. And first things first, I know some of the players came and left over the course of the season, but the team that you guys have right now, obviously I've been in the Discord with you guys, but when you play together, are you pretty close friends, or is it kind of every man for themselves, so to speak?
I mean,
I feel like we have a lot of synergy together. We hang out a lot in our Discord and we play a lot together. And I feel like our roster's been really strong lately, and it's the strongest it's ever been over the last 2 seasons. So I'm pretty happy with what we have right now.
Okay.
yeah, and definitely like hanging out outside of the games themselves is like it's not like if we weren't on the team, we just never talk to each other, So
Yeah, especially 7-Eleven. He likes to make his appearance known a lot of times. Um, with him and you, Boogie, being the two most senior members, how does it feel with all the newcomers coming in and out?
It's been a struggle honestly trying to keep a solid roster. We fought through roster issues both seasons, and last season we were lucky enough to make playoffs because of some teams dropping and stuff. But this year I finally feel like we solidified that starting five, and I think we're looking good. So I'm happy with what we have now.
Nice. Well, outside of League of Legends, Levy, you mentioned you have like 6 monitors or some outrageous number like that, right? Do you guys play any
Yeah.
other games, or any other competitive atmosphere, besides obviously Duo?
Me.
yeah, I mean I play on a
Right.
team in ZGG. Um, I mean the games I play change constantly. Right now I'm playing a ton of League, but sometimes I'll play like Tarkov or other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And I play pretty much a lot of games. I play Call of Duty, Madden, but nothing competitively. League of Legends is pretty much the only thing that I take more seriously than the rest. The rest is just casual.
Yeah, I heard you were playing Madden a couple nights ago. Did you win at
Oh,
least?
yeah, man, I kill it, man. I'll face anybody in duo. Anybody wants it? Add me on Xbox.
You can get this work if I had an Xbox, but all right.
Xbox
Yeah, right. Fucking.
console gamers.
Yikes.
With this being your second season in Duo, obviously Peyton isn't here, but from what you guys have talked with him about, is there a specific reason why you guys stayed with Duo, or is there something that you thoroughly enjoy about the Duo atmosphere?
um, Me personally, I like how duo has like multiple stream games every weekend. A lot of the other leagues like feature two teams for the weekend and like a best of two or a best of three. And I like how a lot of teams get a lot of airtime. And I like the community for the most part. I know we got a lot of beef with people, but most of it's just jokes. We're just having fun. Um, but yeah, I would say I like the community and how duos run.
Okay.
That beef is half of what makes it fun, especially for me because I joined in the middle of the season. I don't know any of these beefs. It's just fun to go in and be like, oh yeah, fuck this guy, and I'm
Yeah,
okay, yeah, sure, yeah, fuck him.
yeah,
Something's
it
funny
makes
about
things
just being the
interesting.
most hated team in the league. So
Yeah, it's always fun too
I feel like that's true.
when you're like you personally know you're bad, and so you start with beef with someone, and they're always like you're bad. It's like, oh wow, Jesus, like I didn't already know that.
Like yeah, you're here too, duh.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly. Um, so now again, you guys are in playoffs, so let's focus on playoffs for a little bit here. First things first, Boogie, you've been here the whole week, so this is probably a better question for you, but Levy, you can feel free to chime in. Let's go all the way back to week one. What were your guys's, or Boogie specifically, what was your expectation for the team at the start of the season?
Um, at the at least week one, I was pretty confident, especially after our exhibition game. Even though we versed an IBSC team, we kind of blew them out, and things were looking good. we ran into some roster struggles. We realized, some of the people didn't really work out on our team like we thought they were gonna. At the beginning of the season, though, I expected to make playoffs, and I mean, here we are. I was hoping we were at least top 3, but I'll take the 5th spot for now.
Okay. And Leavy, once you did eventually join the team, for yourself with personal expectations and how they joined together with the team, how did you feel about that?
I mean, the first game, I didn't have a lot of expectations. I mean, you have to look at it from my perspective. I think they were like 0-4 at the time, and it was, I was getting told by someone else like, look, they just need a jungler, just have some fun, just hang out with them. They're just some friends. But getting that first win definitely felt good,
Mm-hmm.
and it made it a lot more fun to just want to come back and be like, let's see what we can do. Let's see.
Okay. And Boogie, you mentioned obviously roster issues with certain players jumping in and out, so to speak, right? Um, but compared to last season's competition to this season, do you think it's been harder for you guys as a team to play against Have Faith, Pawn Sacrifice, Team Ambition, or do you think the team as a whole is good if you didn't have those roster issues?
I feel like if we didn't have those roster issues, we might have picked up a couple more wins this season. We've had some close games, and there's been certain games where either one player or a couple players threw the game, or we didn't synergize well with them, and communication was off. I feel like if we did have the set roster we have now at the beginning, we would have picked up some more games. But the competition this year is tough. Like Cap Face is a really good team. PSB is good. Team Ambition's good. But they've had these rosters for a while, and these guys have a lot of synergy. And mostly it's just me and Peyton every season, and we're rotating guys out and trying to get as much games in as we can with them. But we've been playing as a 5 a lot recently, and we play like together one-on-one and stuff like that. So I feel like we're building that synergy now, and we're getting to that point where we could be a contender.
Nice. So looking forward in the bracket, like we just mentioned, Half Faith, Pawn Sacrifice, Team Ambition, Exodia, and you guys. Out of all those teams, which team specifically do both of you fear the most going forward?
Me personally, I think it's Have Faith. They kill it in draft, and then it translates in the game, and they're just good players all around. They rarely make mistakes, and they just have some really clean games. So that would be the one I'm most fearing. Second, I'd probably say Team Ambition. Even though all the hate for Villain and stuff, they have a really good bot lane, and Nubly's really good too. So they have an all around pretty good roster. So if I have to say the number 2 team I'm scared of, it'd be them. But first is definitely Have Faith.
Yeah, I'd say have faith. No one else though. Fuck them.
Okay.
Fuck them.
Um, well, today actually, crap, in a couple hours, in fact, you guys play Exodia, right? Um, Exodia is one of 2 teams to ever sweep Pawn Sacrifice in the regular season, that being MG Waves. I think it was 2 seasons ago, maybe. With that information, does that change how you guys look at them as a team at all, or are you still as confident as you guys can be going forward for the game tonight?
Fuck them.
Yeah, it's full confidence
Fuck
tonight.
'em.
I'm thinking 2-0.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So, with your series being tonight and the next series with Pawn Sacrifice and Team Ambition happening probably later in the week, which of those 2 series do you think will be more competitive?
I think the PSB Team Ambition game is going to be really good actually. Um, I think that's going to go to either a 2-1 either way. I don't really know who's going to win that. Um, PSB really shows throughout their games, like when they get to like 30, 40-minute mark, how good they are as a team and how well they can like close out games. So I think that's probably going to be the most competitive series.
Okay. What do you think, Levy?
Yeah, probably. I don't know a lot of the teams that well. It's mostly just the top ones. But yeah, I agree. I think that's probably going to be the better game.
All right. With playoffs being, no longer a best of one, it adds a lot of different aspects to the games themselves with draft plans and player mentals and just pure exhaustion in general, right? So with best of ones and potential cheese strats no longer being a valid option for most teams going forward. Without giving away any strategies or draft plans or anything, have you guys been talking about ways that you can maybe catch someone off guard in a series like this?
I think mostly we're going to try to stick to our draft plan. Our draft has improved like tenfold in the last couple of weeks. Peyton's been putting out a lot of work in, and we've had some we know what we're good at and we know we're not good at, so we're going to stick to what we're good at. And I feel like we don't really need to throw in any cheese drafts. We tried the Vex 1 week; it didn't really work out for us, but I think we're just going to stick to what we know and just follow through with the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, your specific matchup tonight, right? You guys are the 5th seed. Obviously, you guys feel confident going into the game, but is there a specific player on Exodia's team? Granted, they are going to be using some E-subs and whatnot, but is there a specific player you're really looking out for or trying to plan around tonight?
I mean, I don't know their roster that well, and I know they're using the 2 subs. I know their jungler, I believe, just did Diamond. We were originally worried about their jungler because they usually win through jungle and it's really strong. I don't know who they're using tonight, but we're not really worried about it. Like, we're confident in our players and we're confident in all our lanes that we can win early and then translate that into winning through the series.
Okay. Do you feel the same way, Leavy?
Hell yeah. You think I fear other junglers? Fuck no.
I don't know, man. Shit.
Junglers are shit, dude. Myself included.
So,
Fuck
Leavy,
'em.
it's a specific question for you. With there being an E-sub, with Exodia using an E-sub jungler, and with you having experience in other leagues, do you think E-subs are generally good for a team, or does it kind of backfire on themselves?
I would say no. I mean, I've seen really, really good E-subs come in and almost like a ringer, but I think more often than not, unless if you're like, getting like a Smurf player, it ends up being someone who isn't really fully coordinated with the team. It's an E-sub, like it's an emergency. Like we don't have the people we usually have, and getting someone completely random who doesn't usually play with the team, isn't on the roster, there could be a disconnect between them. So.
And especially with them using the jungler E-sub, I feel like you guys might have a little bit of advantage with that coordination thing. So,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what their other E-sub is going to be in what lane. But Boogie, with that coordination advantage, do you think the team is going to be able to translate that into a sweep, or are you thinking a 2-1?
No, I think we're going to translate that into a sweep. I was pretty confident in the sweep before I even knew they had the E sub. Um, they dropped that game to Oblivion, and it showed that they're not the best team, and they can struggle in places. And we're feeling really confident about our lineup right now and how we play together. So it really doesn't matter who we're playing; it's just another game.
Okay. All right. So this question, I'm gonna throw it to both of you, but you have to choose different answers. All right. So last week, Boogie, or a couple weeks ago, I think you played Vayne and you popped off, and then I think it was again last week you played it and popped off again, right? So on your
Triss.
team, or was it Tristana?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a GigaFed Triss. I remember that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, with that information now, which player on your guys' team are you, or should other people look out for tonight?
I'll let Levy answer first.
You got the perfect people for this question, don't you? I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Bjark.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
say Bjark. I mean, like I'm a carry jungler, and I play like mostly very aggressive junglers. But while that is definitely what I like to play the most, it's also not what always fits the best. So I mean, if you can go look at my solo queue, I'm playing Kiana and Gwen only, baby. But like, even talking to Baden about it, like sometimes that's just not what the team is going to need. And especially when we have a mid laner that we're confident in, it's okay for me to be like, all right, I'm playing a Mumu J4. Like I'm playing something tankier, more supportive. Like it's okay. So if that's what we're going to default to, and we don't know, but if that's what we're going to default to, then I mean, I'm not gonna be the carry. You're not gonna see me if I'm not getting Gwen. You're not gonna see me going like 20-0 on J4. That's just not what's supposed to happen.
Right.
But that lead I'm going to get is going to be translated into mid lane mostly. So, yeah, Bjark.
All right. What you got, Boogie?
And I mean, I'd have to say that I think Topo and I are one of the top 3 bot lanes in the league. So, and we don't need jungle help. We get our own leaded lane and we push that for the game, and then we let Leavy facilitate the mid and top lane. So I'm gonna say you gotta watch out for this bot lane tonight because I'm popping off.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Now is it gonna be Vayne pop off where like you're like 23 or something like that, or is it gonna be Tristani where you got I think killed twice in the total game? Which kind of pop off we talking about here?
You know, I can't give away my picks. You know, I gotta
All
keep
right.
it under wraps a little bit.
It's gonna
But
be Kalista. Calling it.
yeah,
Kalista.
yeah, Yasuo
Lethality.
bot lane.
Full lethality coming out.
Yeah, but
Nah,
you know, just stay tuned for the bot lane. It's gonna be something spicy.
all right. All right. So, uh, last question before I throw it to you guys if you want to say any flame or anything else like that. Obviously this question you could say yourselves and pick the cheesy answer, right? But out of all the teams that are in playoffs for GP, which one do you think wins finals and why?
Same question before. Have faith. I mean, they're just the better team, especially because one of the things that they're known for the most is drafts.
Mhm.
And if you're talking about they're showing off their draft skills in best of ones. What do you think that's going to look like going into best of threes and best of fives? Like it's just gonna that's gonna be the hardest team.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but you know, I want to say us clearly, but you know, it's tough to say us because we haven't shown it yet. But I'm confident in our team, obviously, but definitely have faith as a scary team to play against. But also, I think TSB is something to watch out for too because they come around and they put teams together and comps together and they execute just like they should and they have some really good synergy together. So I think if it ends up we follow Exodia or Half Faith, that's going to be a really good finals between Half Faith and I'm assuming TSB because I think they're going to take down Team Ambition. So I'd say I put my money on PSB on this one.
Oh, okay. PSV has shown for what 4 or 5 seasons now that playoff PSB is different than regular season PSB. So yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be a really interesting finals if they do make it to that spot. That's for sure. Well, yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. Like I said, if you have anything you want to say, any shout outs or flame or whatever it may be, feel free to let her out right here.
I'm just gonna say shout out to everybody on our roster, even the subs we've had, the people we've lost along the way. Like we wouldn't be here without everybody, and for being a 0-14 to start 2 seasons in a row, whatever, and coming together and making playoffs both seasons, I'm proud of everybody on the roster. So a big shout out to those guys. And I'm reformed. No true hate to anybody. Like I'm just trying to have some fun. Fuck everybody though. Like you guys know you couldn't die, but especially Dylan. But I just want everyone to have some fun. Have the best playoffs we can.
He said the nice stuff, so I get to be toxic, fitting because I'm the jungler. Everyone sucks.
Yeah. Fair.
There's no
Okay.
exceptions.
All right.
Fair enough.
We're all shit. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, we're all in amateur league and we all suck, so
No,
it's pretty fair.
We're all shit. Some of us are slightly less shit, but
True.
Fair. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, that's all I have. I thank you guys for taking the time out. You got a game in about 2 hours, so go prep for that. And once again, thanks for joining me on this edition of Playoff Profiles. This has been JBoogie, the ADC for Genesis, Leavy, the jungler, and again, I'm Bigblackrainbows, and we will catch you next time. Peace.